Teachers, what's the dumbest reason you got fired over? I used to teach English at a high school, but I also worked on what they called the student behavioral force. Basically, if a student was acting out, skipping class, fighting, or whatever, we'd pull them aside and have a chat to try to figure out what was going on behind the scenes. It was meant to be supportive, not disciplinary. I actually enjoyed that part of the job. Kids talk to you differently when they feel like you're listening. Anyway, one day I was asked to speak with a student called James about rumors he was selling stuff on school grounds. Not drugs, but snacks, fizzy drinks, even a few reports of vapes. When I sat him down and asked what was going on, he didn't even deny it. In fact, he was kind of proud. Told me he made around $500 a week off it. I didn't believe him at first, until he showed me some of the cash. My jaw hit the floor. I know I should have reported him right away. That's what I was there for, but I didn't. I pulled him aside again, quietly this time, and told him I'd keep things quiet if he gave me a 25% cut. He agreed. At the time, it felt harmless. I wasn't enabling anything serious, just sweets and drinks mostly. I told him to knock it off with the vape stuff because I wasn't going to be part of that. The thing is, I wasn't doing this out of greed. My dog had cancer, and the treatments were bleeding me dry. The school barely paid enough to cover my own bills, let alone unexpected vet costs. So when I saw a way to bring in an extra $100 or so a week, I took it. And for a while, things went smoothly. James would give me the stock in the mornings, and I'd stash it in a locked cabinet in my classroom. He'd swing by between lessons to restock his bag. We kept it low-key and quiet, just business. Eventually, I upped my involvement. Told him we'd split it 50-50, and I'd handle getting everything past bag checks, since they started searching him most mornings. He agreed. We ran the whole thing like a small business. I kept the inventory, he made the sales. We even started cooking our own flavored sweets in the chem lab during lunchtimes to try and reduce costs of inventory, and everything was going great and working, until it didn't. Other teachers on the behavioral team started whispering that James hadn't actually stopped selling, despite being warned multiple times. Some of the students started getting jealous, saying it wasn't fair they couldn't afford anything, and that James was still walking around like nothing was happening. The principal got involved. A full search of his belongings turned up nothing, so they searched my classroom. They found everything: boxes of sweets, bottled drinks, even a few leftover vape pods from before I told him to stop. I was pulled into the office, and with no chance to explain, I was fired on the spot. James was expelled that same day. I didn't fight it. What was I going to say? That I was running a snack cartel to fund my dog's chemo. I still think what I did was wrong, but I don't regret it. My dog made it through though, and for a few months, I finally had enough to breathe.